Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, I want to go over exactly how you actually create an abundant life using AstroNumerics, because my whole ideology here, guys, is utilizing AstroNumerics to create a better life for yourself and for your family and for the people that you care about. And the only way to do that is to understand the way your chart works at a very basic level. Of course, I can give you readings like the AstroNumeric reading that's going to give you a summary of your chart, but it's up to you to actually go and look and see how these things will apply to you directly, certain facts, how they apply to your individual life. So I can give you guys a synopsis today and how I go about creating abundance in my life, and then you can also apply it to your own life and see how it incorporates from there. So to start off, when you're looking at your numerology chart, for instance, you have your Pythagorean Numerology chart. Let's start with the Western. If you have the Western numerology chart, your main thing you're looking at is your life path number, your expression number, your soul number, your personality number, and then your birth number. Cool. When you look at these things, you need to understand that each of these things is a glitch to a different reality if you know how to use them properly. Meaning your birth number tells you what you're naturally gifted at, meaning how you think, what you're naturally going to be good at. Your expression number tells you about your actual superpowers, meaning your actual skill sets. And it also teaches you about what your drawbacks are, your weaknesses in this lifetime. So in other words, if you can get rid of the weaknesses of your expression number, you're going to have a very easy life. So your expression number is low-key a very important number that a lot of people overlook. I don't know why. And the expression number, in case you don't know and you're fresh to my channel, is the full name number at birth. Not just your full name at birth. Even if there's a typo on your birth certificate, doesn't matter, full name at birth. We have the life path number, which is a fatalistic number. It tells you about your subconscious mind, how you naturally think as well, for sure. This is the way you can identify yourself the most, is with the life path number. You can use the hidden life path number. Of course, I'll get into that later. We use the time of birth as well if you have that. But for the sake of ideologies, we'll just talk about Pythagorean. The life path number will tell you about what you're here to learn, the highway that you're on, and it's going to tell you what you need to do to find success. Your soul number tells you about what your passions are, what's going to make you truly content in life, and it usually can help with career in a very deep way as well, and a lot of people overlook that. The personality number tells you about your aura, why people treat you the way they do. Using that, you can use it for very good or bad effects, depending on if you're trying to weaponize your life or if you're just trying to make peace. You can do a lot of different things with the personality number when you understand what type of personality number you have, so what you naturally attract from the universe and what you naturally are perceived as by other people. Because knowing those things, you then know, if I go for things that are in tandem, I'm a personality 22. If I go for things that are in line with personality number 22, then it's going to naturally be attracted to me, so it'll be easier for me to get done. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, they'll think like, oh, I'm a life path 8, so I should be able to get into like banking or finance or politics and it'll be easy. It's like, you're destined for it. You definitely should go towards those things for an 8. But your personality number will tell you what you naturally attract with ease. When somebody, here's another hidden glitch. If somebody has the same personality number as their life path number, they have natural good luck. Extremely natural good luck, meaning like things in life are not going to be that hard for them to like magnetize to themselves. It'll be very easy. So yeah, your personality number controls the law of attraction, and once you understand how your law of attraction works, you then can bridge that and actually make a lot of money, make a lot of abundance, and appear to be the best luck person out there. Moving on to astrology, you then can look at your sun, your moon, the rising sign. All those things are important as well. So when you look at those things, then you see somebody with like a sun sign, that's like their general ego. So people will say like, oh, astrology is kind of fake because like my sun sign doesn't really resemble me, and that's true. Your sun sign's your general ego. It's like the life path number to a certain extent, except it tells you about certain gifts you have too. It tells you about, I would say, certain weaknesses you have to go through, but the deeper weaknesses are going to be within the moon sign. Your moon sign's your emotive response to this reality, so it's the way you're going to perceive things. So understanding your moon sign in a very deep and innate way is very important, and the only way to do that is to understand what type of astrology you're going to follow. I personally think Eastern astrology is more accurate than Western based off of the ideology, what they go by, but If you like Western, that's perfectly fine. You can use Western astrology, use your sun to understand what your general ego is like, use your moon to understand what your emotive reasoning for doing things is, so you understand yourself at a deeper level. This gives you mastery over self. And then you use your ascendant sign to then find career and find what you naturally attract as well, because the Eastern star when you're born is your rising sign. That's what you need to know the minute you're born. Understanding your rising sign tells you a lot about what you're naturally going to be able to attract, what you're naturally supposed to do for a career, what you're predetermined for, because it's what you're naturally going to be good at. When people go against their rising sign, they just try to follow their sun sign when it comes to career and so forth. It's harder for them to make money in comparison to going for things that fall within the rising sign's career. Another hidden glitch before I continue is to develop a lot of abundance as well, is you should be focusing more on your rising sign's season. Meaning, like, I'm a rising sign Virgo. It's Virgo season right now, so I find that, like, I'm making more money now. Things are easier for me. I develop more abundance during this time in comparison to even Gemini season in May, where I was like, things are a bit erratic. And coincidentally, a lot of actual bad things have happened to me in Gemini seasons in the past. So understanding how it actually truly works now is that your rising sign's more in tandem with it directly who you are and has more of a connection with you. You then realize that in order to rise in life, you need to follow that rising sign's instructions, its strengths, its weaknesses, develop, harness the strengths, cut out the weaknesses, and then take most of your risks during your rising sign season each year. So like for me, in between August and September, I'll take the most financial risk for the rest of the year. I'll do all my biggest investments. All those things will happen now. When you look at the house positions, we'll look at it from a Western astrology standpoint, because I said on my YouTube, that's what I'll mostly discuss. One sec, water break. I said that's what I'll mostly discuss. So when you look at like the second house, sixth house, eighth house, and 10th house, you then can see where your good luck money is. Second house, easiest money you can ever make. What you're naturally supposed to be viewed as in regards to your 10th house, meaning your career from a public perspective. How you can secretly make money is through your 8th house, and the lessons you're going to have to learn that in relation to money is going to be through your 6th house. So for instance, I have Aquarius there, so in a lot of the implications with money for me will be through health. Doesn't mean I'm supposed to be a doctor, but I've had different health implications throughout my life that have actually thwarted me from getting money at certain points. And me working through those things and then finding systems that I've developed have actually helped me develop more abundance, not only monetarily, but socially and spiritually as well. So these houses are there to teach you a lot of different lessons from different perspectives. And that's what I mean by you have to know how to look at your chart to actually use it as a tool and not just have knowledge that's going to go in one year and out the other. When you're looking at your 3rd house and your 9th house, you're looking at houses of mindset, meaning like how you actually think, how you learn best, because if you know those things, you'll then be able to teach yourself anything very quickly and you'll start to appear as a genius. Because you know, if you're more of a visual learner through your 9th house, then it's like, okay, cool. I'll learn things visually. I don't need to do the theory part of it. I got to get straight to the direct application. If you're a theoretical person, you know that you should be behind the desk and you can do more theoretical things. So that will make more sense for you, right? And then your 3rd house, of course, the 9th house is more about how you learn. 3rd house is about how you think, how you attack things from a mental perspective. Very important and very different from what they say on these sites like Astro Cafe, where they'll just say, what do they say in that site? They're like, 3rd house is just your early education and so forth. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, it has a little bit to do with that, but it more so has to do with like what up here is doing. And your moon sign controls the emotional part of the brain, but the logical left brain is controlled by the 3rd house. A lot of people don't even know that. 4th house is the bottom of your chart. It's the core, it's the foundation. A good 4th house usually means a good monetary life as well. A lot of people don't know that, but you should know 4 is the secret wealth number. So of course that applies to astrology as well. A good 4th house position will lead to an easy money life. A bad 4th house positioning leads to a very rough monetary life. So that's something very important for you guys to understand. Knowing what's happening within the 4th house will lead you to knowing what your home life will be like, your family life, and then what your ancestry has passed down to you. But not only that, also what special peculiar gifts that you're going to have that you can utilize in this realm to then have leverage over other people. So if you need help with that, hit me up. I'll give you a reading and I'll show you what those things mean. My astrology readings are actually more deep and complex now as of today. I'm doing them more complex and my prices are going to change as a result with all of my readings because they're about to get a lot more in depth. So next we have the social houses, 5th and 11th. The fifth house tells you a lot about your past life karma, which is going to affect your social life now. If you're going to have a good one, bad one, if you're going to be that person that's bullied, you probably wonder why some people are born to like a genocide in Africa or in Sudan, or some people are born into Beverly Hills or born to a Fortune 500 company and they just get to have a great life and have six-pack abs or whatever, travel the world, and nothing's ever really that wrong with them. Is because of their past life karma, which then can be depicted within the fifth house. If you have somebody with a very strong fifth house positioning, then they're going to have a very easygoing life that seems naturally lucky, and then they'll naturally just be able to get things with more and more ease than other people. If they have a bad fifth house positioning, then you're going to have slower results, maybe less friends, and you're going to find that everything that you do in life seems to be more of a challenge. You need to actually take that challenge with a smile on your face so you can create a better karmic result for the next karmic loop you go in the next reincarnation. A lot of things that you also have to understand is, to rewind a bit, your expression number is always your life path number from a prior lifetime, looking at it from a Pythagorean perspective. And then also your fifth house deals with your past life sun sign. So whatever sign is in the fifth house is going to tell you a lot about what exact sign and lifestyle you were living prior. The 11th house deals with your social network. In original Eastern astrology, I'll apply to this anyways. If you don't have a good 11th house position, they say it's important. It's impossible to get rich. So understanding that, you realize that you utilizing the strength of your 11th house, meaning knowing how to utilize your social network, which is what the 11th house is all about, is how to navigate your social network, will teach you how to get rich quite quickly if you know how to use it in a very direct way. Again, hit me up for a reading or a consult, and I'll help you guys out with that. It's not a problem. Next, we have the houses for relationships. A lot of people don't understand this one at all. They think that it's going to be different houses than what it is. I'll put it like that. The house of relationships are 3, and it's this time I'm going to finalize this. The first, which is the ascendant. The 7th, relationships, common law, partnerships, business partnerships, etc. And the 12th, houses of losses, which is actually just karma. A lot of the stuff that happens within relationships has a lot to do with your karma. I mean, the people you meet, you're supposed to meet because you're meant to teach them a lesson and they're meant to teach you a lesson. From your worst enemy to your best friend. Mosquito in here, get out of here. So understanding that, you then realize that you should stop resisting the people that you meet, or are regretting it, I should say, not resisting. Of course, if you can get away from somebody, you definitely should. But the whole idea is that you want to more so accept things for as they are. When you accept things, then you're going to start to get ahead easier, because your acceptance will lead to detachment, and your detachment will lead to better results, because detachment leads to law of attraction. When you don't care about something, you get it easier. Your 7th house tells you about what type of person is best for you. People don't understand that whatever sign is in your 7th house is actually the sign that's best to be your soulmate, or from a sun sign perspective, or at the very minimum in their big 3, especially sun or rising sign. If you meet somebody, like for instance, I have Pisces in my 7th. Yeah, I have Pisces in my 7th in Western. So when I understand that one of the major women that I've been with in my life, when I was younger and she moved away to America, was somebody that we never had any disagreements. She was a Pisces sun, and we just ended up going our separate ways, not because of that we didn't like each other. We were actually, it's quite the opposite. We were very in love, but because of school, I'm in Canada, she went to America for school, and I just said it's not fair to her early in college to stay by me. So I let her do her thing from there. And that's the way that went. But that was definitely somebody that, arguably looking back, that was a soulmate. So understanding that, you can use that story and say, you know what, look for somebody that has the 7th house sign in their big 3. And you'll start to see that, wow, yeah, that person you naturally have an affinity with, and things are a lot easier. The first house is the house of relationships, because it's the relationship with yourself. When you have like a very strong first house position like Aries or Leo, then you have very strong self-confidence, leads to a lot of law of attraction. You just bring things in because it's your sense of self. The most powerful statement in the universe is I am. Whatever you say you are, meaning like I am a YouTuber. When I say that, I'm perpetuating that into the universe, and I'm manifesting it and bring it into me more. So me being a Virgo, I know that I'm naturally self-critical. I'm naturally reluctant to take risks, but I could be very systematic. So what I've done is I've turned my risk aversion into mitigation, meaning I can know how to mitigate risk to the best of my ability and then throw the dice from there. So for you got to look at how you can utilize your rising sign to understand that it's actually telling you what your relationship is like with yourself, and then you in turn can use that relationship with yourself and weaponize it to then deliver the results that you want. Lastly, we have the 12th house, which is the house of, they say losses, but it's really the house of karma. Whatever sign you see there can actually, believe it or not, cause you certain losses in life, or be maybe a major, there'll be a major person when it comes to like either being a mentor to you, a critical parent, or somebody who is going to be just a bit of an antagonist in your life at a certain point. They're there for a reason to teach you very distinctive lessons. Even if it's the same sign as your sun sign, like let's say you have sun to 12, something like that, understand that somebody within that sun sign will probably play a very important role karmically to you. It also depends on what sign is there and what planets accompany it. That's why you need a reading or a consult, so that I can actually give you your individual interpretation. But it's very important to know what's in that 12th house to understand completely how to bridge that gap and start filling in different results as of why your life is going a certain way. All right, so utilizing this knowledge, guys, from AstroNumerics, meaning your astrology, your numerology, you can very easily turn your life around, become a multimillionaire. I'm not going to say how much money I've made. I've made quite a bit now. I've been self-employed for about 5 years using this knowledge, guys. So I can vouch for it. It works. I've had multiple vehicles with it. I use guys to be just recording in my vehicle. I don't like to show my home, nothing anymore. I've made a lot of different moves in the last few years, guys, and using this knowledge, not even just money from YouTube. I appreciate the money from YouTube with readings, of course, but utilizing this for other businesses and understanding the timing of things, even using transits with astrology, has transformed my life to the point where I feel like I just control it completely. Like, you really feel like you're on God mode when you know how to utilize this energy correctly, and I can't overstate that. So if you guys ever need like an astronumeric reading, numerology, astrology reading individually, let me know. Consults, let me know. I'm going to put up my new services within the hour. And yeah, we're going to get to this. I'm about to do 800 days straight of just posting all advanced knowledge now. So it's something I want to do and really get out a lot of new knowledge to you guys and to new subscribers as well. So you guys really understand how this stuff works and how you can use it to manifest whatever you want in life from an objective standpoint. All right. So thank you guys so much for your time today. I hope you did enjoy. I'll be back tomorrow with more videos. Like, subscribe. Holla, it's for today, guys. Peace.